The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
You're not going to have to guess chips or bugles or Twix? But
The
what-
Twix, okay, so full disclosure, I wanted to do Twix. And
Yeah.
you guys said no.
Well, it's not crunchy enough.
It is, it's a cookie center.
I understand that, but it doesn't
It
crunch
would have
over the
been a
radio.
soft crunch.
Okay, they
Not
could.
everything's got to be like obnoxiously loud.
Okay, our listeners didn't get Ruffles for about 5 minutes. You think they're going to get Twix?
Although it's a soft cookie crunch. I think
I understand. It's delicious. Twix are amazing.
you would have heard the little, you
What
know.
would it sound like?
I shouldn't have eaten both of the Twix sticks already because then I could have prove it on air.
Kenzie scarfed the Ruffles, the Twix, and,
You ate both the Twix already?
Yeah.
I was very hungry.
and she's door dashing Wendy's right now too for
I
your
did
breakfast
not DoorDash.
baconator.
I was looking at it.
just hit the buy button,
I'm
whatever.
just online perusing.
Didn't know about that. I want to put an order in.
Oh,
We'll talk
Jesus.
after sports.
Doing a Christmas shopping at DoorDash.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we're a little loopy today. It's been 3 nights up with no sleep, but here we go. Chicago Bears looking at another location for the new stadium. They bought for $200 million Arlington Heights, the racetrack, and they're developing it right now. You go by it, you'll see bulldozers and cranes, and they're doing things up there, but there's no stadium plan. Kenzie thought the stadium would be up in a year.
I'm so pissed off.
We're a year later now. And then
Wildly disappointed.
when they announced Arlington Heights and all the other cities got jealous, so Aurora, I remember, offered up a big piece of land on the south side. Just everybody started saying, we want the Bears, which is pretty amazing. But right now, a new location has been
Why?
dropped
You didn't think
yesterday.
how much you would want to.
I don't know. Not right now.
Oh my God.
It will take 5 years to build a stadium or 3 or whatever. So here we go. They're going to build it right next door to where it is. They're going to go to the south lot. This is a rumor, by the way. It's not guaranteed 100%, but these talks are happening. And
What do you mean the South Lot? It's in the South Loop.
the
What are you talking about? Where?
The lot right south of Soldier Field is called the South Lot, and it's the big-ass tailgating lot that everybody – that's the party lot for tailgating. And they're going to basically –
What problem does that solve?
Well, because they can build just like Guaranteed Rate Field when they tore down Comiskey and when they tore down the Chicago Stadium and built the United Center right next to it. They can still exist with playing football there while they're building the new stadium right next to it. And then when that's done, now I don't know what they're going to do. They're going to tear down Soldier Field or make it into a skate park, which would be a good idea.
But there's already no parking.
They'll probably build a parking garage where the old Soldier Field is right now.
Yeah, but think about how long that's going to take.
Well, not everything can happen overnight. We have construction guys that have commented on us when Kenzie brought this up before. This is a good 3 to 5 year project.
But somebody said more, and they worked in construction. Like, I can't do this.
But I do think Kinsey raises a good question. If they build the new Bear Stadium next door to Soldier Field and they're building it in the parking lot,
There's already no parking.
Where are you going to park?
Or tailgate.
It's terrible already, so it's just going to be really bad for a couple
Tailgate
years.
on the field, old stadium.
Yeah. Imagine parking your Prius right there at the 50-yard line of Soldier Field. Where's my spot? I'm parking here.
I would love to know if there's somebody that tailgates that drives a Prius. Those feel like two activities that don't go together.
Yeah.
It's not true. He tries to have a little money.
Yeah.
Prius energy for a
You should see
tailgate.
these gas prices.
You think it's all?
kidding me?
You think it's all F-150s out there?
I think there's more F-150s than Priuses.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's a proposal which it goes back to the point that we talked about, years ago when this first got proposed a year ago. It's all a bluff. And they're trying to get the city to make them a kick-ass new stadium, or at least, that would still be the Chicago Park District, by the way. So we're still paying for the old stadium, the renovation in 2020, which looks like a UFO crashed in Old Soldier Field, which I believe taxpayers still on the hook for $600 million. So if they do that, the
I'm
Bears...
going to be pissed if they move it next door. That's not right.
I'm not going to be...
You have to just, this is what I would tell my son. You made the decision. That's where it is. If you want to completely put it in a different city and, redo the whole... that's different.
Yeah.
For different vibes. You cannot just be well, what if it has this roof next door? No. No. It's very expensive. We have so many potholes in the city.
Well, what if the toy in the next aisle is... Can I go over there and buy that toy?
No, you bought this toy.
I have no problem with it as long as it's an awesome stadium and kick ass, not some debacle like the current one is. It's been voted pretty much the worst stadium in the NFL because of the way it is. And Kenzie remembers going there for a concert. The mezzanine is so tight, Everything about it is not a good experience. And getting there, like you said,
my nightmare.
I can only imagine if they build a new one next door in the parking lot that there will be some kind of train spur. They go a big parking garage, a way to get there right from public trans. Like maybe there's some offshoot. Maybe the red line from Roosevelt goes right over. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on that.
The Lawrence stop on the red line's been under construction for 3 years now. I don't think we're gonna get a
Isn't the
flying
yellow
train.
line still down from the accident like a few weeks ago?
I've never been on the yellow line, so I don't know how that works.
I thought you got your haircut on the yellow line.
I get my hair cut near the yellow line, but I drive up there.
You can't take the yellow line right now. I'll say that.
Jesus, they ran into a snowplow on the tracks.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I was just sitting
I just saw
there.
there was a big accident because there's no holiday train there now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Of all the one time you get in an accident, it's holiday train season. It's so fun.
Oh, man.
Sucks.
Listen, we'll see what happens.
Down a whole holiday train.
But again, this is the same plan, if you will, from guaranteed rate, from Comiskey to guaranteed rate, from Chicago Stadium to United Center. And it seems like a big bluff could have happened by spending $200 million to bluff in Arlington Heights to get the city to cave in and make a new stadium.
We have people texting in saying that Soldier Field is a landmark and they can't tear it down.
That could be I know it's a landmark, so that would be very tough to do.
Oh my God, would that mean you just have both of those stadiums there next to each other?
You know in the SpongeBob movie where they open up the Krusty Krab 2 next to the Krusty Krab? That's the scenario we're looking at.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, 312-591-8300. Get on the phones for Clash with Kenzie, your chance to get tickets for Crosses. That is Chino from the Deftones band at Concord Music Hall, furnished by Live Nation. It's Monday, February 12th. And if you beat Kenzie in the trivia contest, you will get those tickets. Now, we just talked in sports about Soldier Field and the Bears. Of course, we all thought they were moving to Arlington Heights. They're working on that project right now with no plan in building a stadium, just developing the land from the old racetrack. And now they say there's a rumor out there it could just be in the south lot. So they do what, Chicago Stadium goes down, United Center goes up right next door. Comiskey goes down, guaranteed rate, or back then it was U.S. Cellular Field, goes up. And then Soldier Field doing it the same kind of way, taking out that great south lot, tailgate lot, and building it there. And a listener checked in, and some people said, it's a landmark, right? And then Miguel checked in and said, no, it's not. I did a little research on that, and he's right. It lost landmark status in 2006.
Fast text, though, 847 said, Soldier Field lost its landmark status where they put the saucer bowl on top.
Well,
that's funny.
Exactly correct, as the renovation was described by the mistake by the lake, and always if a spaceship landed in it. And so that did cause the landmark status to go away. And they thought they would keep it by keeping the outside pillars of the old Soldier Field that's legendary. And so they did that in the renovation, and then that screwed them on a landmark. So now it's still sitting there. So it still can be a skate park, or they can tear it down.
Where's Gorbachev at? Tear down that Soldier Field.
Tear down this field.
You know who they need to call? They need to call those extreme home makeover people. They do a whole house in an hour.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101. You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin. Q101.
And this is for Crosses tickets. Competing against Kenzie today is Alicia from Chicago. Ahoy, Alicia. Tell us something really quick about yourself.
I am a certified nursing assistant.
A lot of nurses check in.
So many nurses.
So many.
It's crazy.
What are they doing?
I mean, we need a lot of them.
What do you mean, what are they doing?
Saving lives.
I just got off work.
Oh, my
Man.
God. Oh, you're on your way home. You worked overnight.
Yes,
Oh, girlfriend. I feel you.
graveyard shift.
Very fun. I think, seriously? the
Very
nurses
fun?
are very
Is that what you said?
fun.
No, it's kind of
Those are
spooky.
graveyards.
It's exhilarating, let me tell you.
I can only imagine. But you think oh, that's a lot of nurses. But I remember when I had my eye surgery and I had an issue where my heart rate wouldn't go back up. I was at 20 beats a minute. Not very good. After
Also, you?
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Couldn't get up.
Yeah.
I had 15 nurses in my room. Because they have so many people have to do. You need so many nurses. It's unbelievable.
And they were saying, God, never seen this before.
Yeah, they're going, oh,
What do we do?
not good.
I got those adrenaline shots. They stab your heart.
Oh, like in Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, I got the adrenaline shots.
Is that how you save that, Alicia? Is that what you do?
I actually take care of geriatrics. So
Oh.
I work in a nursing home.
Oh, so important.
It is.
My grandma, I have two grandmas that lived in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love taking care of people. It's the best.
Oh my God.
Can I ask a question? Is nursing home still an appropriate term?
Probably not, but I have not had enough sleep to be appropriate at this point.
I feel like that's such a nice term though, because it's like loving.
But now they say senior living or
Retirement community.
But that's different. Retirement communities sometimes don't have like 24/7 care. There's like differences.
Yeah. All right. Nursing home it is.
Yeah, nursing home expert
It's
Kinsey over here.
It's such a nice word, like nursing. I would want to be there. Help me.
Kenzie wants to go to a nursing home at 28.
I'm exhausted.
I'll take care of you. It's okay.
All right, here we go, Alicia. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Tails.
It is tails. Here we go.
Thank God. I really don't. I don't want to beat her.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable.
Alicia, the Niagara Falls empties into what Great Lake?
Superior? No.
No, it isn't Superior. You're right. It's not Superior. Kenzie?
I don't know what Great Lake.
Yeah. There's 5 Great Lakes.
Thanks. I know.
Well, it didn't sound
Jesus.
like it.
I know we went to a lake though. I've seen the fall. I went to the falls.
Don't you remember
they're
that?
in Buffalo. And any of these things get me points. They're in New York.
Superior.
Give us an
I mean,
answer.
it's not. It's
3.
going to be stupid because the only other one I can think of besides Superior is Michigan. It's not in Michigan.
No, it does not have to out in the Michigan. I guess in theory it does because all the water is connected to all the lakes, but it's Lake Ontario. Lake Ontario for the future reference.
Next to Canada.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I think it's going to be a long one.
She had the overnight
I'm
shift.
so
I had to
tired.
work
I'm so
Twisted
sorry.
Christmas. I'm exhausted.
All right, who's up?
It's Kenzie's turn.
Oh,
Kenzie,
God.
what animal produces most of the world's wool? What animal?
Wool?
Yep. Wool.
Well, sheep.
Sheep is right. Good job. Let's see here. Alicia, which actor played the role of the Grinch in the 2000 movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas? What actor?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey is right.
Menace on set, by the way. He made people so upset during that movie.
Really?
Because Jim Carrey becomes wildly immersed in his characters. That's one of the things he's known for. And so he turns into them even when
we
he's
love him.
not them.
Yeah.
So he made everyone's life miserable. The mayor was getting his makeup done for like 4 hours, getting that nose done.
Yeah.
And he came up and bit it off and ran away. And it delayed
Lord.
filming. Yeah, everyone hated working with him because he was actually being the Grinch on set.
Jeez.
Yeah.
There was just a story about Tim Allen was a real a-hole on the set of...
Different reasons though.
Yeah, everything he's ever done, I think, is
That
the
would
answer
be
you're
so
looking for.
disappointing.
Right, Tim Allen. I've heard didn't he flash Pam Anderson? Wasn't that a thing? Remember?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But Home Improvement was good. That
was a good show.
That was a really good show.
All right, 1-1, back to Kenzie.
We can't cancel everybody. Oh, who's up now?
It's Kenzie's turn.
Kenzie.
They can try.
All right, Kenzie. The U.S. shares a border with how many countries?
2.
She was right. Good job. Alicia, what famous rapper's real name is O'Shea Jackson?
Ice Cube?
Ice Cube's right. 2-2. Here we go. Let's see here. Kenzie?
Yep.
In Disney's Dumbo, what kind of animal is Dumbo's only friend?
Damn it. I was like, I love fat.
What is
so
Dumbo? What's his only friend?
I mean, his mom's pretty nice to him in that movie. Does that count? Oh, God.
Does not.
It's like a bird or something.
It's not a bird or something. Do you know, Alicia?
It's not a cricket. Is it a cricket or a grasshopper or something?
Nope. It was a mouse.
Oh,
It
crap.
wasn't
That's
that?
right. Because everyone else was scared of the
'cause
mouse.
elephants and mice.
I knew this was going to be long.
This is a great time. Thanks,
this
guys.
is just the longest day ever.
It's 2-2. It's back to Alicia.
Alicia, Capricorn is represented by what animal as its zodiac symbol?
It's like a goat.
It is a goat. Not like a goat. It is actually a goat.
She's up
It's a weird
3-2.
mermaid thing.
Wow. Back to Kenzie.
Yep.
Kenzie, what does the Lorax speak
We
for?
asked that yesterday. Ask a
Oh,
different
never mind.
question.
Skip that one. Okay, skip that one. Here we go. My bad.
Right, a panic attack.
Kenzie,
What?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. It's from what movie?
Godfather.
Godfather's right.
You
Okay.
didn't have to touch your neck when you did
He
it.
does that when he says it in the movie.
I know, but I don't need to. You're fine.
He was like this. Look, check out my hand. He goes, I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Just stop touching your chin.
All right.
Pretty good impression.
Getting skin particles everywhere.
Thank you, Alicia, saying it was a good
Yeah,
impression.
she's very nice. 3-3, and it's back to her.
So welcome.
Alicia, what popular comic book character's nickname is the Man of Steel?
Superman.
Superman's right. Alicia got 4. Next one for her wins. Kenzie's got 3. Let's see here. Kenzie,
Yep.
which substance can you not eat if you have celiac disease?
Celiac.
3.
Celiac-y.
Can't eat it. 2.
I'm gonna milk.
Milk is not right. Alicia for the win.
Gluten.
Gluten is right.
Oh my God! I never win anything.
Oh, you're such a winner.
You won, Alicia. You're a winner.
My son's in the backseat. He's super excited.
Jeez, is he 28?
No, he's 7.
Okay,
No,
there's a
I've
deep-
also got my guy here. He's
Oh,
going to work.
Little
He's so
boozy.
mad because he didn't get on the radio.
You certainly got him there. I'm just like, yeah.
well, he needed to make sure. He's like, listen, she's not single. Like,
Clearly.
I think men love to do that. It's like if they could pee on us if they would. Like, it's mine.
She's mine.
Mine.
She's mine. All right, so you got Cross's tickets for Concord Music Hall. You won from Live Nation and
I'm
Brian
so
and Kenzie.
thrilled.
Yay!
We're so happy for you. Congratulations.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
And if you like free stuff, coming up at 8 o'clock gets you to tonight's Q101 Twisted Christmas Night for the finale, coming up at 8 a.m.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And yes, coming up at 8, so about 25 minutes away, more tickets to get you in the last night. What a week it's been. It's been so joyous to see everybody out at the Aragon Q101 Twisted Christmas. Nights 1 with the Black Keys. Night 2 with Lovejoy. Night 3 last night with Bleachers. And then tonight, Gaslight Anthem and Young the Giant. We're kind of fried and ripped. And I guess you know what that feels like when you go to a concert and you got to get up to your job and your boss is on you and stuff. So we're just having a blast today goofing off. It's getting kind of loopy in here, don't you think?
Oh, God.
A little bit loopy.
I'm just delirious.
It's that point of your life when you've had like, let's say I probably had about 9 hours of sleep in 4 days at this point I'm at, and you just got to keep going and you push your body to the limit.
And then I go to bed last night, and I'm like, okay. And you'd think you would just knock out instantly, right? Because it was like exhaustion. I don't know if my pregnant stomach, I think the baby found out what soccer was or something. And he punted me and this stuff. Like you could see, you know, like when you get to the point where you can see like something stick out, like a hand or whatever in the belly. Like he went insane. Maybe he was ready to rock after Bleachers. He's like, that was awesome. Like, go to bed, damn it.
Love Jack. He's great. Great songs for Taylor Swift. Did you know that? He's
So I
thinking
was
that.
just laying there like crying, like, please stop moving.
That's hilarious. Can't control it. Can do what he wants.
Can't do anything.
So let's get into this question here right here because Case brought up a very funny story. And when you talk about stories, let's say you met a band and no one believes that you met Bleachers. You talked to Jack Aronoff and Jack
Antonoff.
Antonoff.
Jesus.
Told you, it's been a little while here. So you say that, you meet him after the show, and people say, oh, I don't believe you. And there's stories like that. There was a story that came through the headlines. Melissa McCarthy is pissed off that no one believes she was actually eaten by fire ants while filming in Australia recently. That she almost died. These fire ants attacked her. And she says it, and people think she's just joking because she's always joking. She's funny.
Why wouldn't you believe she got bit by a fire ant?
I don't know.
Like they're there.
She's like, people just say, oh, you're just making that up because you're funny, you know, that kind of thing. But Case had found this story and said, no one believes him that as a kid he met the wrestler Rey Mysterio. And it incenses him that he has to tell all the time, try to sell that he met this wrestler.
Well,
Who
specifically,
doesn't believe that?
I believe it.
This seems possible.
that's what I thought too. But reading this Melissa McCarthy story, I've never had empathy for her until now. But boy, did I understand what she was going through, because I remember as a child being at a baseball tryout. And Kenzie, you've done this with your 9-year-old now, where it's just this cattle call of children, and everyone's nervous, and it's children trying to be alphas, and it's just uncomfortable. As a kid, it made me so nervous I'd throw up before tryouts. And as I'm lined up against the wall taking ground balls with these other kids, the topic of wrestling comes up. I love wrestling. I'm a wrestling guy. And I want to point out that a year ago, during the time of the story, Rey Mysterio done a signing in Indianapolis, and my mom took me, and I met him. And it was great. It was like the highlight of my life. It was so much fun. And the way that the group of children turned on me, no, that didn't happen. It was an impersonator. That wasn't real.
It was an impersonator.
You're lying to all of us. And this was a decade ago plus, and it just eats away at me that this group of kids thought I was lying about something that actually happened. They gaslit me.
And you're still trying to go back and prove it to every one of them 10 years later, I'm
still
sure.
trying to find their home addresses to mail them the photo that I found of me and Rey Mysterio.
Also, side note, we got to get a Rey Mysterio impersonator for Q101's Twisted Christmas next year. If people believe there's that many fake Rey Mysterios out there.
Well, he's got the mask, so it's easy to impersonate him.
But the tattoos are pretty unique.
That's true.
I mean, it's not that easy.
That's true.
But then again, people get anything, so I don't know. This brings the question to you guys at 312-591-8300. Is there something that you have done or something that happened to you or you met someone, whatever, and no one believes it? And you always start to tell a story and you want to just share something cool, and then you can't because, oh, no, you're lying again. No. What is that story that you have to keep repeating to people to convince them that it actually happened? 312-591-8300. Get into it. We'll talk to you after this.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, we're about 10 minutes away from 8 a.m. That'll be more tickets to tonight's Q101 Twisted Christmas Night 4, the Gaslight Anthem, Young the Giant, and it's our party night. No getting up early tomorrow. Let's go. So those tickets coming up shortly, and it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we're talking about Melissa McCarthy. The actress was incensed that no one believed she was bitten by fire ants while filming in Australia. There's also a whole bunch of texts about fire ants, and really, they sound terrible. They sound like you really want to stay away because they can eat your flesh.
They're literally named fire ants.
I know. I didn't know there were so many people who had stories about fire ants. Kind of a sidetrack because we're talking about when things don't believe you in your story, whether you met somebody or something happened to you, and none of your friends or no one will believe you. Now, we do have a call we're going to take, and listen, you got to stay here because Megan, not my wife, Megan.
That would be awesome.
If it was my wife calling in and saying she lives in Bolingbrook, that would be incredible. But Megan says she met R. Kelly at 14.
Which tracks. If she said I met R. Kelly at 25, I'm like, okay, Megan. That adds up.
So listen, we'll get to her in a second. I want to hear this story. But Kenzie wanted to jump in with a story like this, too.
Like mine's not like celebrity based or anything like that. So
you met DMX?
Yeah, right? When I was 2. He was at my birth.
You were in the Rough Riders video on the dirt bike?
That's true. That's me in the background.
You were at Woodstock 99 on stage with him?
Well, they were her overalls that he was wearing.
He was going to wear a whole different outfit.
Oh my God, how long is this fake story?
Kenzie said, no, use his
Holy
overalls.
Why did you do this for the next hour?
Never mind.
No.
Maybe we should just go to the call.
No, I'm sorry. We're sorry. Come on, Kenzie.
So, okay, I had like the meanest friends in junior high, high school. I say this all the time. So one year, I had a friend from out of town come back in town. Like she used to go to high school with us, and she was coming back in town. And these girls who never really hung out with me a lot, they wanted me to hang out with them on New Year's Eve. And I know it was because they wanted a ride because I never drank and I had a car. So they were like, we're all getting together on New Year's Eve, right? I'm like, well, I haven't heard from you in 3 months. And I was like, no, I'm going to go out with my friend. I actually already have plans with her, but thanks for inviting me. And the girl got mad at me. She literally bitched me out. She's like, you hung out with her last year and you're full of crap. And I go, I didn't hang out with her last year. I was with my family last year. That's not true. She goes, you're always such a liar. You lie about everything. And I'm like,
goes ham.
I'm like, well, if you look at my Facebook, I was with my parents last year. Like, I don't know what to do. So then, like, an hour later, I'm sitting, like, I'm queen of, like, when people are being annoying, not texting them back. I'm like, oh, you little sassy. I'm just not going to talk to you.
That silent treatment's bad.
I just, like, tune out. I'm like, no, thanks. I get a text from her an hour later, and she goes, I don't think it was necessary to get your mom involved. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, what? And I go, and then it dawns on me because my mom is nuts. And I'm like, oh, my God. Mom, not in the house. She drove to the girl's house.
What?
And she knocked on the door, and imagine the girl answers the door, and she's like, I need to talk to you because you're getting in my daughter's face, and you're calling her a liar. And she goes, I know she has plans with her friend tonight. She's not lying. And because the girl's coming over. And she goes, yeah, but she did that last year. She's always saying that. And she's like, no, she was with us last year. She's like, and then the girl says to my mom, well, your daughter lies about everything. She says stuff like she's met the president and she hasn't. and my mom goes, I know. This is so weird. I'm in like 7th grade. I'm like, what? And I didn't even probably know who the president was. And then my mom goes, she told you she met the president? She goes, no, but it's stuff like that. I go, what does that mean? You mean stuff? Like I meant Secretary of State? Like, what do you mean stuff slightly adjacent? It was such a disaster. But I tell that story, and I don't think anybody believes my mom's that crazy. She pulled up on a 7th grader's house.
That is awesome.
And then this girl didn't believe me. Like, it was a story of, like, nobody believes me when I tell the story. But then it's also this girl who didn't believe anything I said. All like, how, like, oh, you lie about everything. I'm like, I was with my parents last year. I don't know why I'd lie about that.
I would love to go back and hear how many people you told in 7th grade you met the president. I would love if that's true.
I did not like, if I was going to make up meeting somebody, it would have been like Lizzie McGuire. Like, it wouldn't have been the president.
Oh, man. 312-591-8300. What story, about you, something happened to you, you met somebody, whatever, you always have to defend it, and no one believes you whenever it happens. Now, this is get interesting here because Megan's checking in from Bolingbrook. And she says she met R. Kelly. Case has left details off the screener because we want Megan to tell the story. So, Megan, you are now on the air. Go ahead.
All right. Well, good morning, guys. So what it was is this was years ago because I'm 31 now, but I was at Oakbrook Mall shopping. It was the holidays, and there was a huge crowd of people, and we couldn't figure out what was going on. So we walk over, and lo and behold, there's R. Kelly. And all of us are just kind of like, okay, like, you're in Victoria's Secret, that's cool, like, whatever. Well, he was shopping with a super young girl. I mean, she didn't look much older than me at the time.
He was in Victoria's Secret with a really young girl.
At the Bolingbrook Mall?
Yes, and he's like, it was so weird because he's like, oh, this is my niece, and I'm just taking her shopping. And I'm like, you're taking your niece shopping at Victoria's Secret? Like, okay, because, like, you're in the lingerie kind of sexy area. Like, what uncle does that?
Some, unfortunately.
Here's some, Uncle Jeff, Uncle Ricky. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just so weird. Like, of course, like, being 14, I was like, oh, like, I want to, like, try to get a picture. And his security guard was like, no, no pictures of him in here, but, we can go ahead and let him sign something for you, but please no pictures. And now it's just so funny, like, now as an adult and older, and I'm like, oh, now I see why they didn't want any pictures. But, like, he was so creepy, like, asking some of us girls he was talking to, like, oh, how old are you? And, like, when we told him our ages, he's like, oh, there's no way. I would have thought you were older. And it was so creepy.
I thought you were going to say you're too old for me. You would say that.
He said,
oh my
15.
God.
Oh, God.
Was there any, like, well, if you guys want to come to the studio, though, and get a picture, was there any of those invites?
Honestly, like, no, because I was there with my dad and his girlfriend at the time, and my dad was like, okay, it's a little creepy now that, like, he's asking you girls your ages, because clearly you guys look like high schoolers. And he goes, just the fact that he's sitting here, well, how old are you guys? Oh, you look older than that. My dad was like, yeah, no, you got to go. And I was like, yeah, it's probably for the best at that time, looking at his track record now with women.
Yes.
Girl, you were one parent away from being on the Surviving R. Kelly documentary series.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.